you have my back. I can feel it. Massive gratitude. I want a partnership with a man who has my back the way I feel like you have my back. I'm learning that the universe has my back, currently through you. Thank you. I have a question. Last night, I had a nightmare. The dream revealed some of my guilt and shame around my sexual flow and spontaneity. I'm a very sensual woman. I have a lot of sexual energy and fire, and I genuinely thought I was at peace with that, but my dream showed me otherwise. I was in a massive cathedral, and I asked a priest if he could please pray for me, to pray for my partner to show up in my life. I was in a very genuine place in the dream, wanting God to help me find love. There were loads of people. Everyone was quiet in their seats. Only me and the priest were in the front. I whispered my question. I was very trusting. He asked me to sit down at his feet, and he'd pray for me. It felt humiliating to sit at his feet, to be so small, but I sat there anyways, trusting he'd help me. But then he said, "This woman has a serious issue. She sleeps with men the first night they meet. This is why her relationship life does not work." Allana, the shame was excruciating. I was convinced there was something wrong with me. Drenched in shame, I woke up from the dream. Of course, I have not slept with a man at every first date. And yet, recently I dated someone who now wants to just have a close, intimate friendship, and he explicitly said he doesn't mean sexual intimacy. And now I'm beating myself up. Does he judge me? Does he not trust me? Had I waited, and given it more time, maybe we would have gotten together. I've blown it with him. He doesn't want sexual intimacy. I have been intimate with him too quickly, perhaps. I didn't give us time to fall in love with me first, perhaps. I pushed it too fast, perhaps. I'm having a hard time forgiving myself. I feel so much shame for being so sexual. I know so many women that don't prioritize sex at all. Yet for me, to be honest, having a sexual partner is the main reason I want to be in partnership. How can I navigate my dance between shame, guilt, and strong sensual and sexual focus in life? Thank you. Big love. Fucking awesome question. Okay. So I'm going to just do some clearings, okay, for all of us right now. Everywhere that you have sexual shame and guilt for being exactly who you are, would you be willing to destroy, uncreate, dissolve, and let go of all this? Please, thank you. And I'm yawning, so that means good energy is moving, so we're going to destroy like scaffolding around your body, okay? It's a belief. We're going to, in our mind's eye, see it fall, okay? Destroy and uncreate that out of every thought, feeling, emotion, memory, out of every space, time, dimension, out of every lifetime, out of every cellular memory, out of every image in your mind or heart, conscious or subconscious. Every bit of shame and guilt that you are choosing to hang on to, that you've been cursed with, agreed to, you vowed to have it. It's like a secret, covert, anything that's been placed on you, like a curse. Maybe you got your head chopped off as a courtesan. I don't know where the fuck it came from, but all of that, whatever you agreed to, that somehow your sexual energy was bad and wrong, can we please destroy and uncreate all of that to the core? Thank you. Point of creation is the point of destruction. Awesome. Because this happened in a cathedral, it feels very past life for me. Very, the Inquisition kind of idea for me. So everywhere that your beautiful, sacred sexuality has been made wrong, blamed, crucified, why is that word coming up? Probably because it happened. Ooh, gross energy. Yep, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that, please? Thank you. Point of creation is now the point of destruction. Out of every thought, feeling, emotion, and memory, out of every cellular memory, out of every image in your mind, conscious or subconscious, every lifetime. Good. God. Good job. Okay, awesome. All right. Everywhere. Okay, so you know that sexual energy is life force energy. It's what blossoms a flower. It's what spins our planet. It's what births a star. It's the energy that when we stop, if we calm down enough and stop our breathing, and something breathes us, that is sexual energy, life force energy. That's the universe. It's how it works in us, as us, and through us. How could you say to me the blossoming of a flower is bad and wrong and naughty and shameful? You couldn't, right? How could you say the beauty of a birth of a star is somehow bad or wrong? How could you say the growing of a plant, like everything, a new baby, right? The birth of this sexual energy. How could we say any of it is bad and wrong? So anywhere that you're wired, consciously or subconsciously, you've been cursed, you've made a vow, or you've been sentenced, or anything where you've come up that sexual energy is in any way anything other than fucking sacred, reverent, beautiful, healthy, normal, natural, awesome energy. Can we destroy and uncreate, please, and dissolve and melt into nothing? Thank you. Let all of it go out of every cell in your body, every thought, feeling, emotion, memory, cellular memory, image, every image in your mind, conscious or subconscious. Good job. And of every space, time, dimension, and lifetime, let it all go. Okay. My thought is that, or sense, whatever, is that part of your purpose in life is to be at peace and be a voice, not like a proclaiming on a soapbox, but like through who you be, just shining, you, unashamed, especially because it's the same person that wrote this that had the party with the envious women. My sense is that it's time for you to be unashamed about your sexuality, to embrace and be the sacredness of it, to release all shame about it, to feel the purity and the innocence and the beauty of it embodied, no matter what other people think. One of my friends, she's like, Allana, you trigger everybody. And I'm like, what? She goes, a lot of people don't like you. I go, I know. She goes, but I love you. I go, I know. And so she's like, a lot of friends that she brings around or we go out for drinks or something, I'm too much. I'm too alive or too sexy or too happy or too something. And I trigger people because I'm willing to know, and I hid for a long time. I'm willing to no longer hide my sexuality. I'm no longer willing to shame my sexuality. I'm no longer willing to use it as a manipulation to get something. I love being turned on. Like this tea is so good. It turns me on. Being with you right now turns me on. My outfit, see, it's like, I love it. Turns me on. Like I let everything turn me on. Not just, I was like, can I say that? Yeah, of course I can say that. Like hard cocks turn me on too. Like everything, right? Okay. Like I let everything that turned me on. Oh, I was just about to tell you a really sexy story, but we don't have time. It's 5:32. Okay, so that's going to happen in the Facebook Live. Something really awesome happened orgasmically for me, and somebody's going to have to remind me of this, having sex with somebody when I let myself be turned on by something that I thought was too naughty in the bedroom. Massive amounts of like shame were released and massive amounts of orgasmic energy came flooding through me. Remember that orgasmic energy isn't just for the bedroom. It's not just for having sex. I think you've only let yourself value or have the fullness of your sexual energy in a relationship with a partner. So first off, let yourself have it. There's nothing wrong with wanting great sex. It's one of my deal breakers, right? Remember I told you how to date the other night with the matchmaker, or not with the matchmaker, but the matchmaker set up, okay? Great guy, generous guy, fun guy, interesting guy, everything great. No chemistry, no second date. Sorry, deal breaker. Like that's what I'm having a sexual relationship with somebody for. I'm not gonna have a boyfriend that I don't have that with. I have my vibrator, why would I need that? I'll just have him as a friend, right? There's nothing to be ashamed of for wanting an amazing, soul-shaking, incredibly epic sexual relationship. So everywhere that you judge that as somehow wrong or bad, or shame yourself for that, destroy and uncreate all that, let that go with our clearing process, okay? So allow your deal breakers to be your deal breakers and allow yourself to have sex with life. Allow yourself to be penetrated by life 24/7. Allow everything from the flavor of the tea to the feeling of my sweater on my body to the joy of being together. Just let yourself be turned on all the fucking time. So it's not just in this one area that you're kind of ashamed of. Let it just be 24/7. Let it be 24. Let it be for your career, for your body, for nature, like 24/7. Let it be all the time because sexual energy can be orgasmic, naughty, kinky, wild. It can be like that. It can also be the energy that birthed this program and the book that I wrote. It can also be the tenderness and kindness that we show little you. All of it's sexual energy. All of it is this wonderful energy that makes us all interconnected with each other, with Earth, with the universe, okay? Let it flow. See the sacredness of it. Choose to see the sacredness of it, the reverence of it, and be it, shine it, and all the flavors of it. And so if you don't suppress a part of it, it's not going to come too much. Whenever we push something down like a springboard, too much of it sort of soars. And so it's possible because you were ashamed of yourself. The other women picked up on that shame and started shaming you. But what if you were an allowance? What if you were just an allowance of your sexual energy and it's totally okay? You're then an invitation for them to be okay with their sexual energy. They may choose to be okay or not. They may choose to judge you or not. They may choose to gossip or not. Whatever, care, talk to the hands, okay? You're just going to be you. But now, when you're an allowance of it, you can be an invitation to all. Because when I danced at Cheetahs, I invited 25, 27 of my friends. Some of the women some of them were in my dance class, totally like okay with it, right? But other women that I invited were like, They were a little nervous to look at me. Like, could they really look at my ass and stick money in my underwear? Like, they were a little bit, but I gave them permission to be free. So we can inspire others. We can do good. We can lift the planet with our freedom around our vow to have sacredness around our bodies as divine temples, and our sexuality is sacred. We can be a total inspiration. And for those that haven't quite caught up yet, thank you for sharing. You don't have to let it touch you. And remember, when energy comes at you that you don't care for, you still receive it, because if you resist, it sticks, right? But if you lean in, receive, and go, hoi-ya, you just let it go behind you, a little Aikido move, okay? You don't have to let it stick. You don't have to be afraid of anything, okay?